morning show. You know, let's tell people how we can vote here. Not how we can vote here. Maybe I've said vote too many times today. What if you want to get in touch with the show? 706-889-9700. 706-889-9700. Chief at FetcherNews.com. At Fetcher News. At FYNTV. At Team FYN Sports. Also, subscribe to our YouTube channel, FYNTV Fetcher News. Now, this is a little late in the game. It's 9:32, but I should have acknowledged just early on the person that sent me the notification concerning the rides to the election booth that are being offered, okay? Things of that nature. I will check into that today. Did you see the story in Georgia? Get off the bus. The get off the bus story. We'll go over that a little tomorrow. We'll look at that. Okay, why do we, and most of you out there, I'm going to tell you, most of you know this, why I, for one, let me just talk for voting, I do not believe in early voting. Now, don't get all bent out of shape if you are one of the early voters from yesterday or whenever. Daggone it, what did I do with my phone? Oh, it's in my back pocket. Sorry, folks, give me just a second here. All right, so we're looking every day at the numbers of early voting in the rural counties. Let me just go over a couple things, and I'll tell you why we were looking at this. I want to see when it falls off, all right? Fannin, 367 for Fannin, slightly down. Okay, 367 yesterday. 443 for Lumpkin. This is higher than the last midterm in 2016, I'm being told from Lumpkin. Towns, 272 yesterday. Fannin had another 460, more than the first day, 162, 86 absentee, and 6 military ballots returned. So Fannin had 460 yesterday, more than the actual very first day. So I'm looking at this on a daily basis, okay? So we can start seeing when it goes down. I want to see if I can monitor if it's just the base enthusiasm, which I think it may be the base Republican Democrat enthusiasm, but we're looking at that on a daily basis. But let me just say this. I do not believe in early voting, okay? Don't get mad. I just said that twice, right? Don't get upset. If you do, hey, the law says you can do it, go do it. I just don't believe in it. I believe you have election day. It's my opinion. Too many things could go wrong. My nerves are shot of this mail-in. If you go to the New Georgia Project, they show you how to mail them in. Remember, all this, they want paper ballots, and I'm good with that. But the registration and mailing in the ballots, just, it's hard to authenticate things, like to match it up. Whoa, there you go. We're in trouble for that already, for wanting fair and fair elections, right? And free. But I think you should go vote. I really do. Now, obviously, the Founding Fathers did not know we'd have the internet and the World Wide Web, and we'd have, Google and Facebook and Twitter and all of the major social media groups that were manipulating and controlling us. All right, they didn't take that into consideration. But we vote on Tuesday, okay? And we vote on the first Tuesday of November. First Tuesday in November. And it was based on the time when this country had, it was farmers, predominantly farmers. And farmers couldn't take a day off work, okay? And remember the biblical Sabbath, all right, biblical Sabbath, not Quran Sabbath, okay? So Tuesday was established, all right? Farmers often needed a full day to travel by horse-drawn vehicles to the county seat to vote. Now, obviously the population and everything is not, was not heavy, at these times, right? But there was a county seat. I love how we've gone nuts. Randolph County, was it Randolph County in Georgia that they wanted to close polling precincts? I mean, so anyhow, this mad dash to make it to where anybody who wants to vote can vote, and helping people, and Americans don't take advantage of the right they have to vote. But you know, they went to the county seat. Our farmers painstakingly. Now, if we hear a story that somebody had to catch a ride 9 miles to cast a vote, oh, all hell breaks loose. Why, we need a precinct there. And if we don't put a precinct there for those 82 people that live within that area, why, then we're voter suppression. There was a county seat back then, okay? In 1845, the United States was largely a farming society. It was the county seat. Farmers had to travel almost a day. It was almost a day travel to get to the county seat to vote. Tuesday was established as the election day because it did not interfere with the biblical Sabbath or with market day, which was on Wednesday in many towns. So you have Saturday, Sunday is Saturday's a work day, okay? Sunday is the Sabbath. You travel Monday, you vote Tuesday, you get back Wednesday for market day, and you get back Wednesday night for prayer meeting. It's real simple. But no. Our founding fathers, the farmers, the American people went to the county seat. We go crazy. We yell voter suppression over every damn thing. Okay? Everything. Now we have more access to get to the county seat. We could drive. I don't know unless you get out in Texas. Okay, now I don't know. I'm not going to go there. But in Georgia, you could drive to the county seat anywhere in Georgia, max 35 minutes. From any direction, maybe 40 at tops, if it was that much, not a day. So I don't know. I think we should vote on Saturday, no early voting, none whatsoever, and that's it. And the only provision you make is an absentee with some limited reasons why you were absent and can't be there, and military. That's it. And you go vote. But I get tired of them going crazy over that. So, it is unreal why we have these fights. Okay, now, so, give me number 7, I think it is. Give me number 7. See if I can read it across the room. It's not coming up on my computer. Donald. Or Tiny. I'm sorry. I wanted to wait till I got this. I don't like to make too many jokes. Federal judge throws out Stormy Daniels' lawsuit versus Trump. Trump is entitled to full legal fees. Has anybody seen the all over social media that Trump may be the first person ever to get a refund from a hooker? I mean, that's all over social media. Sorry, folks, okay? Trump is entitled to full legal fees at Fox News. Great. Now I can go after Horseface. Now I can go after Horseface and her third-rate lawyer. You remember Michael Avenatti? Wait for me. I've got a lady that has been involved in gangbangs, and she's not out at the Bunny Ranch in Vegas. You can't make this stuff up. I mean, America, what a country, right? Now I can go after Horseface and her third-rate lawyer in the great state of Texas. She will confirm the letter she signed. She knows nothing about me. A total con. They are. They're cons. Stormy Daniels and Michael Avenatti have been trying to run a con. They've been trying to run an American heist. They've been a duo that's run a con on this country, okay? He says, oh, Horseface. So let's go to number 16. Okay? There's number 16. And there you go. So she writes back and she calls him Tiny. She calls him Tiny, right? But there's old Tiny, and then Elizabeth Warren. How many jokes can anyone tell with Elizabeth Warren in the joke? How many times? Pocahontas, this guy hit the ball out of the park, and it's still sailing the first time he ever said Pocahontas. And she runs and does the DNA test, all right? So the social media has blown up over Warren and Pocahontas. It's absolutely hilarious. To me, I think it should just destroy her chances of being a candidate. But then again, I don't know if I'd hate to see that, because I don't know if I wouldn't mind, hearing Pocahontas on the campaign trail over and over by Trump. I mean, wouldn't it be neat if he's in a debate with her and he just looks over and says, Pocahontas, really? So, I'm sorry. And then you have Horseface. That's why I had to wait to the end. I cannot put those. Then you have Horseface. I love Horseface. I mean, what's wrong with that? What's wrong with Horseface? I love it. All right. Okay. I watched Beto O'Rourke, and let me just check to make sure, while I'm here in the studio high atop of Ellijay at BKP FYNTV Tower, 14th floor, that the world hasn't fallen apart in some strange way that I'm not aware of. So let me check something. Let me run around. I don't have 9 monitors here. Let's see. 5 takeaways from Cruz O'Rourke's debate showdown. I watched that last night, and I'm telling you, it is. Let's go to. There's something else I want to do, because let's go to. I'm not going to get them all up there, Josh. Let me go to where I have. Where is Rourke? Number 13. Just give me number 13 here from last night. Healthcare, who pays? Okay. They can't answer, and this is Beto O'Rourke or whatever his name. Folks, Medicare expansion would cost. I'm listening to this, $36 trillion. Now pay attention to this, because I want to put this together. Okay, healthcare, who pays? Now, supposedly it's $36 trillion, which our national, what we bring in is just over $1 trillion a year. So who puts the money out for the $36 trillion? Now, here's what I find it's interesting, okay? The media carries his water, Cortez's water, whatever her socialist name is, Gilliam's water down in Florida, the Democrat candidate for governor, Stacey Abrams, you name it. They carry the water. Bernie Sanders. And healthcare, who pays the $36 trillion? Now, on one day, you can go from one network to another, or you can go within an hour on the same network, and they'll carry this guy's water, okay? This guy wants single-payer healthcare. Now, he talked about down there in El Paso, okay, how safe it is, but he would never address border security. Ted Cruz, he walked clear away from talking about border security. But I want to talk about the $36 trillion. Who pays? All right? Now, let's go to number 15. All right. And I want you to listen to this because this is the I'm trying not to be negative in the elections to a point that it would, make you think your vote could go to a Democrat. Now, just stay with me. So they're going to do a town hall, CNN, and they claim that Ted Cruz has turned them down, probably for good reason. If you remember the town hall after the CNN town, I would never do a town hall with CNN. I mean, after the Parkland shooting, that town hall, all right, I'd never do a town hall. But the Texas Senate town hall represented Beto O'Rourke, okay? And who's going to pay the $36 trillion? Now, this guy is in the House of Representatives. He's a representative down there in Texas. Now, as a representative, he knows. So let me tell you what he knows. And Ted Cruz knows this too. All right? Go back to the last picture. I don't remember the number. 13. Healthcare. Who pays the $36 trillion? So as a member of the House is where the purse strings are in this country. Now, do you have candidates out there on the campaign trail talking about cutting spending? No. Do you have Democrats talking about cutting spending? No. Republicans? No, not at all. They pick these fights for TV effect. Okay? You take the Supreme Court of the United States with Brett Kavanaugh. All right? Why, we sat on the edge of our seat wondering if a plane was going to have to come with the one senator, and we had Mike Pence up there, and we watched 30 minutes of Susan Collins. I mean, if they could have pulled any more juice out of Kavanaugh's confirmation, where they would have gotten it, I don't know, because they pulled and they squeezed that for everything it was worth. But at the same exact time, and that was a razor's edge vote. I mean, that was a razor's edge vote. We were waiting. That was one vote away. Will a Democrat support it? But at the same time, you have no argument from Chuck Schumer. You have no argument from Nancy Pelosi. You have no argument from Mitch McConnell. You have no argument from Paul Ryan. You have no argument from your congressman or congresswoman, no matter if they're a Democrat or Republican, on the size of the spending bill. While this was going on, we were passing a ginormous spending bill, again, over and over. Never any discussion. There's no fight. When is the last time you saw who pays? When is the last time you saw that fight over the spending bill? And the mad, like, okay, well, are we going to be short one vote? And, the president's making calls now to the congressman saying, hey, I need your vote. And who's working the floor and who's making the speeches and when? You don't. Oh, you get the phony shutdown of the government when there's nothing else to take its place and we need some political, theater. We'll have that shutdown thing. But when? When is the last time? If you take a Republican that voted against the spending bill, why, they are shunned. They are considered so far to the right. They are radicals. Why, they're so radical, they're to the right, they're out of the mainstream, and they need to get on board. When? Oh, no. You don't have no fight. Pay attention to that. You don't have to fight a Republican or a Democrat. I'm of the belief, whether you think so or not, I'm of the belief if you got up this morning and felt that there'll ever be a day in your lifetime or your kid's lifetime that you ever pay off the debt, it ain't happening. I don't think there's any plan to ever pay the debt off. I don't think there's any concern about the debt. And I think as soon as it collapses, they'll be ready to take their part and turn around and start all over with something new. But I don't think there's any concern. No concern whatsoever. Because let me ask you, there's Beto O'Rourke. He is in the House of Representatives from Texas. He is one of those guys that votes every time for the spending bill. And you know what? Ted Cruz does too. Give me picture 18. Now, I understand this is on MSNBC, but all of a sudden MSNBC is concerned that the tax cuts is what you're hearing. The federal deficit rises previously $666 billion, which is biblically scaring the hell out of everybody, okay? And then in 2018, it rose. The deficit, federal deficit rises $779 billion in 2018. And give me the number 19. They're going to tell you, due to this, okay? Due to this, corporate tax revenue falls by a third. Previously $297 billion, now it's only $205 billion. And the corporate tax rate, one more time, federal deficit, number 18, rose to $779 billion, okay? MSNBC, are they concerned? Hell no. Corporate tax rate fell by a third, 2018. Okay? All they're trying to paint the picture is, we told you. Now listen to this close, because this is the close of the show. They're trying to tell you that we told you the Trump tax cuts would do this. We told you if Trump cut taxes, okay, if Trump cut corporate revenue, corporate taxes, this would happen. We tried to tell you that this tax cut was not going to help, okay? And this is what would happen, is the debt would continue to skyrocket. And now we're going to prove it, okay? Furthest thing from the truth. The tax cuts have zero to do with whether this is going to work or not. But the tax cut without, okay, revenue, without spending cuts can never work. Okay? I'm going to tell you something. If you haven't caught on, I like the President of the United States. If you haven't caught on, I like Donald Trump. But I'm going to tell you something you need to catch on to. If you are sitting out there today and you ever think we're going to outgrow the debt by we are going to grow at rates that we are going to be able to reduce our debt monetarily, you're wrong. But if we would cut spending enormously, then growth through tax cuts can actually offset and bring down the debt. But you don't have a politician on either side, okay? You don't have a politician on either side of the aisle that's truly going to figure out where the money comes from and when to stop it. Go back to Beto O'Rourke. What was that, 17? No, not 17. That was, sorry, I forget the number. 13. Go back to 13. This guy wants a $36 trillion Medicare for all. Who's going to pay? Who pays, period? It's the only thing I like here. Healthcare. Who pays? They're on there campaigning pre-existing conditions. Okay, I'm with you. Who pays? They're on there saying school and increases and raises and this and that and that. Okay, who pays? They'll never tell you that, because let me tell you something. Under the smoke of everything they do on the media and sensationalize any issue is the fire burning below. And that's always these spending bills that nobody talks about. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office. We'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow will be time for Carla's Corner. It'll be Thursday here. And that's pretty much it. Now it's time for Instant Replay with Dave Garner. So don't go away. Right after these messages, our sports show, Instant Replay with Dave Garner. Take us to break, Josh.